Welcome to the third edition of Black Dog Media, The Biker Life. And to everyone who's subscribed to my channel, it's deeply appreciated and it doesn't go unnoticed. I really want to personally thank each and every one of you. To all the people who view the videos, haven't subscribed yet, please go and subscribe. But thanks for viewing the videos, thanks for sharing them. This edition of the Biker Life, we're going to touch on a very sensitive subject, and that's how to become a member of this alternative culture, this awesome culture that we are so devoted to as bikers. Now, there is a correct way and there's a wrong way to approach this lifestyle. First thing, before you do anything else, let's say you have been riding a motorcycle for a while. So you're quite competent on a motorcycle, but you decided to enter the lifestyle. You don't want to be an enthusiast anymore. You want to be a biker. You want to join this culture. You want to join this brotherhood. So you're quite competent when it comes to motorcycles now. You can ride. Um, but then you have to sit down back and think for yourself. Do I have the time? Do I have the dedication, the devotion to form part of this brotherhood? The reason why I mentioned this is a lot of yappies, a lot of fly-by-nights that approach this lifestyle with certain expectations, and then within a couple of months or so, they fall out and they despise the lifestyle because they weren't prepared for it. You must remember, the biker lifestyle is a lifestyle. You can't call yourself a biker if you're not actively involved within the biking community. That is going to support local days, support local events, local rallies, whatever the case may be. To be a biker, you have to be there and you have to be present. Now, there's two different ways you can enter this culture. The one is being a solo rider, the other one is being a club rider. But we're going to focus on the club rider for the sole purpose that this is the best way to get up to speed on what it takes to be a biker and to understand the culture a bit better is to join a decent club, a proper club out there. And how would you identify these clubs? First of all, it will be a well-established club that's been within the biking culture for a while. Um, it's usually a big club with multiple chapters right across the country. So try to find clubs like that. It's got multiple chapters. It's quite a decent size, and has got quite a history. The reason being, this is where all the old school bikers usually hang out. This is where the old school bikers tend to be part of a club. And this is the best persons to learn about what it takes to become a biker. Uh, the smaller clubs and the newly formed clubs usually don't last very long. They get dissolved or they get absorbed by the bigger clubs, and usually they get patched over or they just wither down and die. You must remember, being a part of a club is not just that you wear a patch on the back. You're dedicated and devoted to the club. You comply by their bylaws, their rules. You attend their meetings, you attend their compulsory events. That this all is very critical into becoming a devoted member to this culture. The other problem with this fly-by-night clubs, they don't embody the rules and regulations or the bylaws that we have. They don't have that moral values as the same as we have. So they quite often do more harm to new bikers than they do actually, encourage them. So the bigger clubs are focused in growing, and they are focused in looking after their newly brothers. Now, within the biking community, there's two different clubs. There's what we call an MC and an MCC. Now, the MC is usually male-based clubs. It's usually just males that's part of the club. The wives can become supporters. There's uh, no real place for a wife or a woman in the club. This is because this is a brotherhood. Then you get an MC that's more focused, a MCC that's more focused on family orientation. Wives can join, wives can ride motorcycles. It doesn't make them a weaker club, it just makes them a different club that's focused. Their core beliefs and their core focus is just slightly different. I know about major MCs that actually started a MCC that is a support club of them to allow their members' wife to be involved in the biking community as well. Um, Also look for clubs that's very strict when it comes to rules and regulations. A lot of people think, yeah, I don't want to be part of this because of all the rules and all the regulations, all the compulsories and stuff like that. But in actual fact, if you really want to become a biker and you've never ridden before and you've never been part of the biking community before, then this is a good place to start. Is to get that values installed into you, and so that you can become a proper and a dedicated biker. Now, all right, let's say you found a club within your area, and the club has got a decent track record, and you're really interested in joining this club. What's the next step? Now, the next step is one of the most crucial steps you'll ever take. You don't need a motorcycle for this step, but you are going to need to start riding a motorcycle at one point, and hopefully you'll be competent by the time you decided to join this club. Now, this period is called the hang-around period. The reason for the hang-around period is for the potential member and the club to see if they're a good fit with one another. If they can join together, if they understand one another, and if they can build trust between one another. So the hang around period is usually guys that just hang around with the club. They don't have any duties. They don't have any registration um, responsibilities. They don't have any club responsibilities. They just hang around, just a guy hanging with the club, having a good time, and getting to know the guys. Now, after you've done your hang around period, it depends from club to club. Usually it's about 4 weeks. Sometimes it can be longer, depending on the club. Then what will happen is that club or that chapter will vote you in. And they'll only be able to vote you in with if everybody agrees that you are a decent fit for the club. So, all right, now you've been voted in. Now the real work starts. Now you become a prospect. Now, a lot of clubs got different traditions when it comes to the prospects. But the majority of the prospect is to test the prospect's dedication to the club, dedication to his brothers, dedication to his devotion to the club. This is a crucial time within any club. That's why if you join a club and they've got a very short prospect time, anything less than 6 months, you have to start questioning the club, because is this really a club you want to belong to? I know I've been running prospect for 15 months before I got patched, and that 15 months was the best time of my life. Yes, we had some hard times, we had some difficult times, but at the end of the day, when I look back at it, I can just smile, and I'm glad I went through it. If something should happen and I have to lose my patch and I'll come back, I'll do that gladly. I'll do 15 months, I'll do 20 months, I'll do 100 months if it needs be, because it shows that you care about the club, about the club standards and the club's bylaws. And it shows that you care about becoming a brother. Remember, to be part of this brotherhood, you have to be trusted. And these guys, they won't trust you unless you prove yourself. So now you started your prospect period. You'll be responsible for paying club fees. You'll be responsible for attending meetings. You'll be responsible for simple tasks like going fetching somebody's drinks or checking out, make sure the bikes are all right. Basically help pitch up tents, clean up the campsites, stuff like that. So a lot of people are discouraged by this, but this is character building. If you look in what happened when you were in school, what do you call when you started high school, they did similar things to you. It's just a way for them to test your character, to find out you are made of. Um, Prospect periods can be extended because of bad behavior, can be extended because of poor decisions that the prospect made. That's just a method to penalize prospects that seem to forget the rules or the bylaws. So this is a good thing in a sense because it instills honor, loyalty, and respect into the new member. So now you've become a biker. You've got your patch. Again, each and every club's got their own different tradition when it comes to getting their patch. So I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into the club I write for. I'm not going to go into the clubs I've been at the patch parties, but each and every club's got a different way of being getting to prospect. Now you're a full-fledged member. It's over now. You've done it. Wrong. That's the worst mistake you can make, to believe that it's over after you've been patched. You can lose your patch as quickly as you've gotten it. And if you were the club that doesn't penalize members, full patch members, for not doing their duties as a club member, not honoring the biker code or the club's bylaws, then you don't want to be involved with that club. You need to be part of a club that is serious about this culture and that's serious about each and every individual within the club. All right. So now you've become a full patch member. What next? Well, you still have to upkeep your appearance. You still have to attend meetings, compulsory jobs. You still have to be available to assist brothers. To give you an example, the club I write for, if I go down to Cape Town and I get into trouble with my motorcycle, everywhere there's a brother willing to assist me when I get into trouble. Anywhere there's a brother willing to open his house for me to sleep in because I'm a brother. That is the type of attitude that you as a new biker needs to have. You need to understand that when you join this lifestyle, it's a lifestyle. It's not a weekend thing. It's not a hobby. It's a lifestyle. You need to be willing to open your door, open your house for brothers. You need to be willing to jump in your car at 3 o'clock in the morning, take gas to a brother who ran out. You need to be willing to be devoted to helping one another, because one day you're going to need help and these guys will be there for you. So if you're really considering this lifestyle, if you really do want to join this community, it will be the best choice you'll ever make. But it's something you need to choose as an individual. You need to find out the reason why you want to become part of this brotherhood. You need to find out what is attracting you. Is it the bikes? Is it the lifestyle? Cool leather jackets? Whatever the case may be, you need to find out if it is a legitimate reason for you to devote your life and your lifestyle. Because believe me, it's going to have some pressure on your life. It's going to have some pressure on your family. Because remember, this is a lifestyle you choose. You need to be willing to sacrifice your time and your efforts to support the club. And in return, the club will support you. As I mentioned in my previous video, due to financial reasons, I wasn't able to go and fetch a motorbike 200 plus kilometers away from where I stayed. But the brother was willing to lend me his bakkie, pickup truck, with a full tank of diesel to go and fetch the motorcycle on his cost, not mine. I owe him and I want to pay him back, but he doesn't want it back because he was in a position to help me. Similar thing happened a couple of years back when I was in a position to help another brother. And thus this circle continues. And the one brother helps another brother. The other brother will help the next brother. So we've got a way of paying it forward. If you received help from a member or a brother, you're not going to be expected to pay him back immediately. If it's a financial aid, it's best you don't mix business with your club. it's best you don't mix business with your family. So this is your family. But if there's a financial assistance given to you, pay the guy back. But if it's not the financial assistance or it's something else that happened, let's say they fixed your bike for you or they bought you a new tire or stuff like that and they don't want the money back, pay it forward to the next brother. If you see the next person that's struggling, you have to go out and help him. You have, that's just a biker code, it's just a biker way. We need to start not just living these values in our own lives as bikers, but also in the general public. We have to instill these values and these beliefs into our children and our grandchildren. We have to start focusing on spreading the culture, the positive side of the biking to the rest of the world, because believe me when I tell you, if you're part of this brotherhood or this culture, you'll never regret ever becoming a brother. As I said, it takes a little strain on your life. It takes a strain on your family life. But at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. I know about members who passed away, and clubs, brothers within the club still looked after their wives and their children. So yeah, it just shows you the kind of dedication and devotion that we have to one another. And if you're not serious about that and you don't consider this, my best bet will be rather just stay as a hanger-on. Just stay with the club, having fun with them. Don't join the brotherhood. Don't join this culture of club life. Because you are going to not just disappoint yourself, you're going to disappoint the guys who rely on you. And you, as a brother, certain things are expected of you. And I know for one, I was on the bad end of this situation, and I was on the good end of this situation. And believe me, when you want your heart to be ripped out, you have to let down a brother, and you understand what it feels like. So today, this video, if you don't take anything else out of this, just take this out. Be serious, be committed, be devoted to this culture before you even decide to enter this culture. Don't join a patch slapper club where you just walk in and you get a patch, because that club's not going to last. That brother's not going to last. He's probably going to walk away with your wife, your money and stuff. A real biker club respects boundaries of one another's private lives. They respect one another, and they'll never do anything to harm one another unless they went looking for you. Remember, a brother will always back you. He will never betray you. A brother will always be there. He will never turn a blind side. So you as a biker, well, future biker, have to start thinking. You have to start thinking about why you want to join this club, why you want to join this culture, why you want to join the biking community in general. Because when you're in it and you will go out, you'll feel that part of your soul is missing, a part of who you are disappeared. And thus, I'll leave you with this words: take care of one another, take care of the brothers, take care of the sisters. Be there for one another in good times and bad times. Make sure that you're always visible when it comes to your club. Make sure that you're known within your club. It's not too good. It's not about image. It's all about being part of this brotherhood, being part of this lifestyle. I want to thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video, share this video. It's quite important that we get this word out.